Name me a single happy and fulfilled League of Legends player. You can't. Every single League of Legends player I've ever known is struggling. They don't even like the game. But weirdly, the pull towards playing it overpowers the need for them to stop. Even speaking about it now and thinking about my brand combination, my EQW combo, hitting the brand passive and watching some stupid Janna player's health bar go from 100 to 0 fills me with a sense of happiness. I feel a pull towards experiencing that again. And I've been clean for over 15 months now. The sound that plays when you kill a minion and get some gold, the dopamine. I must admit, League of Legends is expertly designed to take advantage of the evolutionary weaknesses inside of our brains. Designed and created by a Chinese company called Tencent, which is frankly a scary threat to the West. The amount of young military-aged males distracted by Tencent products and decaying in real time is disturbing. The amount of data and money being harvested by Tencent as well. Very scary stuff. Not only that though, but the detriments it has to its victims are devastating. As someone who's successfully escaped the vicious cycle of League of Legends, my life is now amazing. I'm surrounded by amazing people. I am purposeful and fulfilled. I work hard and I get to share the fruits of my labor with my friends and family. What does League of Legends get you? In this video, I hope to help you achieve similar results to me, and I hope to help you escape the vicious cycle which is League of Legends. So firstly, what is League of Legends? League of Legends is an advanced cock and ball torture simulator. It has proven to be one of the most effective psychological weapons in all of history. I remember when I was a wee lad and I was very much so addicted to video games, but I would play games which were like kind of wholesome, like Minecraft and Super Meat Boy, Peggle. Peggle was sick. I would be playing these games and I'd be in Discord call with my friends who had PCs, and at the time I was a console gamer, so I was a pleb. But they would always be playing this game called League of Legends, and I'd always be saying, Sam, you gotta play it with us, you gotta try it, man, it's really fun. And it's weird because they used to say it was so fun, but every time I'd be in a call with them, they just seemed fucking miserable. Mouth breathing down the microphone, getting angry at each other. Nevertheless, I never really picked up League of Legends because, again, I didn't have a PC at the time. So I continued playing my wholesome, silly games for a few years, up until I got a PC. And even still, for a few years, I didn't touch League of Legends because my friends had actually went off it for a little bit. However, at some point, my friends began playing it again, and they were playing it every single day. And they sounded like they were having so much fun, and I was just missing out. I was just sat in the call playing something else. I was playing like Just Cause 3 or something, and now I'd be playing League. So I caved. I downloaded the game, and I you not, for the first 6 months, I sucked so bad at that game. I had never played a game like it before. I was always playing FPS games. I got stomped for 6 months straight. However, at some point, I started to get it. I would play the support role, and I would play characters which has a hook feature, so I would hook an enemy in and bring them towards my team so my team could kill them. Every single time I hit a hook on Blitzcrank or Nautilus and I secured my team a kill, the amount of dopamine and fulfillment I would receive, because men in nature are competitive, and it's up to you how you choose to use your competitive nature. For many years, I used it playing League of Legends, and I also got my sense of brotherhood and camaraderie from playing League of Legends as well. Start of the game, hitting a hook and securing my team a first kill made me feel like a valuable member of my tribe. This, for a young man who had nothing going for him outside of League of Legends, was massive, and I got addicted fast. I also became incredibly competitive at the same time, and I would play League of Legends for sometimes 12 hours a day. I remember scrounging through my Discord friends list at 4 AM looking for someone who wanted to duo queue. Crazy. I also picked up the legendary toxicity of the League of Legends community. Everyone on that game hates their lives. They all have very negative character traits, and it's never their fault that they lose, right? So you've got people on the game telling people to unalive themselves because they died in their lane, right? I picked this up as well. In fact, my first account I ever had got permanently banned because I told a Renekton player who went AFK in my rank up game to unalive himself. With this said though, I was so addicted to the game that I immediately made a new account. I didn't even care about the accolades I was achieving on my account anymore. That's how deep in the rabbit hole I was. League of Legends just became all I know. Whenever I went idle in my brain, I queued a League of Legends game instead of thinking of something else to do, something productive. And I didn't even like the game. I actively acknowledged how it was every single day. Yet, I continued to queue games. And this stage might be where you are right now and where I see a lot of League of Legends players are. What League of Legends does is it takes the competitive nature of men and it fulfills it inside of a video game. However, when you get that feeling of conquering something as a man, you feel complacent, you feel chill, you feel happy. You don't have to do anything now, you've won, right? The thing is, while you're winning inside of League of Legends, your life in the real world, the one that matters, is decaying heavily. What else could you be doing in that time? And League of Legends players are addicted, so people play 10, 12 matches a day, which is insane. I got to the point where, I'm gonna be honest with you boys, I wasn't even brushing my teeth anymore. I didn't give a single solitary about myself outside of the video game. League of Legends cripples you mentally and makes you an incapable man, incapable of doing anything. Anything outside of queuing a League of Legends game just seems like a fatiguing, mountainous task. And so the cycle continues. You hate League of Legends, your brain goes idle, anything else outside of queuing a League of Legends game seems hard to you, so you queue a League of Legends game. You win, you get a sense of dopamine, you queue another game. You lose, you want to win, so you queue another game. That's the cycle. And meanwhile, in the real world, your relationships are all failing, you're not looking after yourself, you're not developing yourself, you're not building anything. And as a man, if you're not building, you are decaying. And your life continues to get shitter and shitter. And your life gets so that the only time you actually feel anything is when you're in a League of Legends match, because that's the only place where you matter at all. It is a vicious cycle. How do you beat it? I'll tell you how I beat it, and it's going to take time, and you're going to have to sacrifice, and you're going to have to go through a lot of pain. It is what it is. If you don't want it bad enough, then this video is not for you. Firstly, acknowledge that playing video games is bad. A lot of people are still out here as grown adult men not acknowledging that playing video games is a complete and utter waste of time. Do you remember when video games were designed for children to play? I do. What changed? Men became pussies, that's what changed. So firstly, video games are bad. They are a bad thing for me to be doing. If I am playing them, I should feel somewhat guilty. Secondly, instead of trying to quit League of Legends, what you want to do is actually just start doing more productive things. For me, personally, the absolute perfect thing for this for me as a video game addict was the gym, because the gym requires me to leave the house. I'm completely away from my safety bubble of my room. And yes, again, it was difficult. I had crippling social anxiety, but I did it anyway. How badly do you want it? It's also perfect because the gym is numbers driven. If I hit 60 kg bench press last week for 5, guess what? This time I'm doing it for 6. And that is my competitive nature as a man being used in a productive way. If you start going to the gym every day, that's 2 hours out of your day where you're not playing League of Legends. And from there, as you go along this path of development, you will slowly but surely spend less and less time playing video games, playing League of Legends. And it takes time. I started this path early 2021. I went cold turkey on video games for my New Year's resolution of 2022. It's been around 15 months, and again, I've never been happier, I've never been more fulfilled. I got to the point where I was so sick to death of video games that I was able to just stop doing them entirely, and I was starting to do other things with my life as well. A lot of you don't have anything about you. You're not a man of character. You're not building anything. Men need to build. Find something to develop. Find something to build. A skill, a business, your physical health, your body. Build something. Continue to progressively overload the amount of things that you're building, the amount of time you're spent doing things which are productive. And eventually you will find that there is zero time in your day as a grown man to play video games. I cannot stress this enough. If you're a grown man and you're playing video games, what the are you doing? If you can't acknowledge that video games are bad, you're stuck in stage 0 and you're gonna stay stuck forever. Start with the gym and go from there. And if you want help with the gym, I actually have a really cool video coming out this Sunday where I'm going to show you my gym routine, which essentially got me out of depression. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And if you're interested in learning a valuable skill which will earn you financial and location freedom, then check out my Video Editing Academy. It's the first link in the description. I'll teach you everything that I learned in the past 10 years of editing. I'll teach you how to become an irreplaceable asset for your clients, and you'll gain access to the best network of video editors that the internet has to offer. Click the first link in the description now. Take care, boys.